मुझे रिश्त सब किरी पिया हिकड़ो भी ना हिते यो पाला मिलिया हिते बेटा बचन
ये घर वाली भी रही रड़दी वही दहा कदी पुट जो लाश भी न मिलियो
दारा पर्दा जुड़ाई चार दीवारी का चिरा दवा उन खुदाई वास्तु को
असा कुछ यत्न आयो न ट्रपल क्या न कुछ हेते खबर न पई बंद टुटी पिया
निकता हजाया से का शय कोन आते आई न खाई
ये टपल ये टाड़ी ये के था बटा सब दुनिया आ जावे
पुणा सारी खुराक देखो साहब पुणे इसको एक कुत्ता न खा जी ये देखो
Most of the communities in rural areas of Pakistan live in poverty. In this modern age of advanced technology and digital communications, these people already lived a medieval lifestyle. They have now been pushed into the Stone Age, where even the wheel has come to a tragic stop. Already ravaged by a war on terror they did not choose to fight, these people are now faced with a new battle every day. A battle for their survival against the floods. A latrine is all that is left of what used to be Dilawar Shah's house. Dilawar hails from the Mahsood tribe and had come to Diyai Khan from the war-stricken Waziristan in the north. In 2009, over 3 million people had fled their homes in the southern districts of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province, including Diyai Khan and Tank, forced out by a war on terror. He was already a displaced person. Now, as a result of these floods, he has once again been displaced.
ये मेरा द बच्चों ने कमरा हुआ था बला द मेरा द बच्चों ने कमरा हुआ दिला तामिर बाल बात पंडे दल पेक्ष खाना और दुला तामक्ष चिकी मातो दास बारंडा हुआ था पुरतम चिकी मातो दुला तानूर दास
International Relief and Development, IRD, is working with him to regain his house, his life, and most importantly, his spirit to go on. The deadliest flood in the region since 1929. With devastation at such a large scale, all the available resources had to be brought together. IRD stepped in to help the people in this time of crisis. The International Relief and Development Organization, IRD, its mission is to reduce the suffering of the world's most vulnerable groups and increase their self-sufficiency.
International relief and development reaches out to the most suffered around the globe. In Pakistan, International Relief and Development started its operation in 2008. And we reached out to the families who suffered from the military offensive in Malakandvi and South Waziristan.
IRD had been providing assistance to internally displaced persons, IDPs, and Tank in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province since July 2009, and later in Jacobabad, Kashmir, and Shikarpur districts of Sindh, with the support of the USAID, called the WASH project.
IRD was already on board at that time because they were doing the relief activities of the IDPs of Waziristan, and they started their emergency response in shape of shelter, in shape of water, and they started their work there. And I think they have given a lot of relief to the people of, especially in my area in Diyai Khan.
An immediate response to the floods. non-food items and shelters to provide immediate relief.
हुण इतना है कि मतलब असां कम से कम साकू ये फिक्र कोई नहीं, रोज़ी रोटी का फिक्र कोई नहीं, थोड़ा जिहा शेल्टर थी गया, बाकी ये नेसेसरी सामान जो है ये थी गया, ते कोई आटा चीनी दाल जरा कुछ थी असांको मिल वेंदे, असां उन ते शुक्र करेंदे आहियूं.
People's homes destroyed and their lives altered forever. Baba Salim and his wife Mushad of the village Murad Ali Jagrani in Shikarpur district are old and completely helpless survivors of these floods. Even in this society with the joint family system still intact, their only surviving daughter, who is married, is unable to support them. Outside help is badly needed. Baba Salim has been provided basic but immensely important items like blankets, hygiene kits and water purification tablets. IRD is not only providing shelter and items of daily use, but also giving the much needed mental support and motivation. Clean water, a necessity and an immediate concern. Clean drinking water is made available to families through water tankers, planned to provide access to water even in far-flung areas where water shortage is acute. This is an ongoing activity as clean water sustains life and prevents waterborne diseases. Many people like this poor woman now sit in the open, pretending to be in their houses with privacy. Women in rural areas use land with grown crops to address the calls of nature. But with the destruction of crops due to floods, they are left with no option but to wait for the sun to set. A misery perhaps difficult to imagine by some of us living in the urban areas. Several hundred latrines at public places where flood-affected families have taken shelter and at community level are being restored. Cleaning staff is being trained to maintain these latrines on a sustainable basis. Similarly, reconstruction of hand pumps is also being carried out to bring the supply of water to where people live. This specially provides women with water in privacy near their places of shelter. A number of submersible pumps are being constructed. Restoration of several large water schemes is also being completed.
साकू ये खुशी है जो सारे मलाने दे लोग बच्चियां बच्चे औरतां जेरे घड़े चा के वेंदे हैं दरिया दी मण दे उत्ते साकू घर दे विच पानी मुहैया थी है.
Children eagerly await the flow of water after the installation of this water scheme.
After the flood, IRD's response were very quick and fast. Our partners, Veer, FIDA, and our implementing partners in SIN, like MRDO, RDF, and IRD teams, they did this job as a passion. I have seen these guys working 24/7, and in less than 6 weeks, they distributed the basic essential items to the families who were suffering. We provided them emergency shelter, we provided them clean drinking water, and the families were just like, they were praying for all the stuff and the way they were doing their task, and I really appreciate that.
Another serious cause of concern is the stagnant water that has accumulated due to floods, as it breeds germs and diseases. Dewatering pumps are being deployed in close coordination with the district administration to pump flood water out of villages. Close coordination with the district governments, PDMA, local village councils, along with the relevant UN clusters is crucial to the success of these operations.
जो IRD वालों को यही है कि भाई उनको जो है वो ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा आप जो है वो दे दें सहूलतें, और इनकी सहूलतों की वजह से दूसरे जो NGOs हैं उन्होंने भी कॉम्पीट किया है. मगर इनकी परफॉर्मेंस जो है वो सबसे ज़्यादा है।
This boy used to live here once. Now to earn his living, he transports people by boat over what used to be his house, all completely underwater.
असां वियासीं हिते केरु न हुयो असांखे असां औरतूं जेके हुयूं औरतूं असांखां हितां टुटियूं के वयूं हलियूं के कराची वयूं हलियूं के कनकोट वयूं असां कुझु ई हथ न आयो न ट्रपल कयासीं न कुझु हिते ख़बर न पई बंद टुटी पिया।
He has lost everything he possessed, his house, his belongings, and his entire family.
ताम ऊपर देखो ऊपर ये क्या है?
Children like him are most vulnerable to germs and diseases. Female-to-child sessions hope to trigger child-to-child learning, considered to be an effective way to spread awareness amongst children. As part of the soft component of IRD's program, these children are being given lessons on basic hygiene by trained staff who can communicate to them in their local languages. Children are taught small but important hygienic habits, like cutting nails and washing hands properly. Locals are being involved in organizing wash committees to conduct hygiene trainings and respond to wash needs in their communities. This will be a continuous activity throughout the project period. Female-to-female sessions are conducted that also include the use of ORS for children, especially in cases of dysentery and other diseases caused by infected water. Another IRD beneficiary is Baba Gulab Chandio.
हितो माजी घरवारी के पुट के खये हे खंडवा हिते असाई काठी रखलो पुल के पानी खड़ी हिते बेहोश थी हितो ही ज़ालो माजे पुट के खये उनके बाद ढंगी भी हुई उन ढंगी के पानी जो था असा सरकी रोड ते या तो रोड ते पानी हिते हो वो असा
who has lost his entire family, including his wife and son.
ये घरवारी भी रही रड़दी वही दाह कदी पुट जो लाश भी न मिलियो कुराड़ी चौथे ॾींहं ते लभी साईं तो पुछा करे छा लाश कुछ भी न थियो साईं यादगिरी त पुट जी अचे थी छा कयूं अंदरि सड़ी विया रोई रड़ी ज़ाल जी पुट जी यादगिरी आहे त ज़ोरीअ सां हलिया विया.
He would have struggled alone to keep his life rolling if timely support had not come to keep him going in spite of all the hardships he has had to face.
छोकरो वेंदो आहे कमाइण उहो आने थो मड़े खाधो खुराक मिले थी पई ॿियो असां त मत हिन महिल ते कंहिं नथी आहे हे शामाना बावना मिली वञे महिरबानी थी आहे ॿी का बि शइ न आहे.
Like him, over 10,000 families have benefited as a result of IRD intervention. IRD has expanded to districts Dadu and Thatta in southern Sindh to begin immediate provision of non-food items, restoration of water sources, construction of transitional shelters, and restoration of lost livelihoods through Cash for Work initiatives.
IRD has started providing the transitional shelter to the families in Sindh, and similarly now we are focusing on the early recovery for the flood-affected families in the underserved districts of Pakistan. We are positioning ourselves to provide the agriculture support to the flood-affected families in southern Punjab and Sindh. We have already started some work through the distribution of agriculture inputs in these areas, and we are going to expand around that so that we can provide essential support to the families so they can come back better on their life.
एक मकान है उथा एक मकान और सामने है सही भाई एक मकान है
इतना त्रा मकान इनुआन जी ये घर है सारा मिट्टी नहीं वेदे
Over 3 million people had fled their homes in the southern districts of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province, including
उन सारी खुराक देखो साहब उन इसको एक कुत्ता ना खा दीजिए ऐसा खाने ये देखो ये शुक्र है अल्लाह भला करे उन लोकां दा जरे लोग सब खरैत देंदे पैन असा वो खांदे पैन जो जाले नहीं तो असा भूखल मर गए उसया अल्लाह ही ना को खुश रखे साकू बहु कुछ देंदे पैन असा ना दा राशन थे चलीच गए बिल्कुल नहीं तो आज नहीं तो बिल्कुल असा लोग बच्चे भी थे बड़े भी भूखल मर गए
In these tragic and difficult times, the struggle for survival has been kept alive, and the spirit to go on lives on. All of us need to keep this hope alive, and it is only together that we can help these people get back their homes, their livelihoods, and their lives.